Hey guys, this is Zisteau. Welcome to another challenge series for The Long Dark. This is going to be, in my opinion, the hardest challenge of the bunch, and I've saved it for last just for that reason. Previously, we have done the challenges The Hunted Part 1 and The Hunted Part 2, where we were chased by a bear and then we chased a bear. We did the Whiteout Challenge, where we have to get supplies for a upcoming blizzard. And then we did the Nomad, where we have to survive 15 different places. All of that was fun. And all of that, plus all of my sandbox adventures on stream, those were all in preparation, getting game knowledge for... That's the wrong menu. We want the challenges menu. That was all preparation for Hopeless Rescue. Now, it says 4 out of 5 axes, but in my opinion, this is the hardest of the bunch. You have to know the most about the game, and we have to do all this stuff in... What is that noise? Is there a rabbit walking around in this background? See this background we're on? I think there's like a rabbit or something over there. Anyway, okay, let's get going. Confirm. Challenge 24, accept. Are you the last person alive? You have to know. If only you could get a signal out to someone. Recover the distress pistol from the summit of Timberwolf Mountain. Fire it from the top of the Desolation Point Lighthouse. Press any key. Okay, here we go. So this challenge is going to test everything we know about the game. We're starting in the Trapper's Cabin in Mystery Lake. We have to get all the way to the summit of Timberwolf Mountain. And we got to get that, the pistol, the flare gun. Then we've got to get all the way to the lighthouse at Desolation Point. That's basically going everywhere in the map, in the game. The only place we're not going to go is the little connecting ravine between here and Coastal Highway. But basically, you have to know how to get through all the different areas. And I guess it also does not include the Forlorn Muskeg, which was added after this challenge was implemented.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Okay, one of this is good to eat. And we've got to do all that in 7 days or less. So we've got 6 days, 23 hours, and 49 minutes left. Otherwise, we fail. So we have to know how to, oh, that's locked. Okay. Did I pick up a pry bar? I don't think so. No, I do not have one. We have to do all that in 7 days or less. So it's going to test all of our game knowledge. We have to know about the maps. We have to know how to deal with animals. We have to know how to, like, predict the weather. And try to, I guess we'll grab this. No, actually, let's go ahead and get everything in this little cabin and then go over what we have. Let's go ahead and do the safe. I think it's worth it. They can sometimes have really nice things. Okay, so that was about 40. Best way to do this is to just fly by as fast as you can. And wait till you hear the little chunk and take note of the relative area. Okay, 43. Then do the same thing in the opposite direction. 43, somewhere between 10 and 15. I think I have to go all the way around. Yep. All the way around to 43, and then somewhere between 10 and 15. 43, 10 and 15. And then do the same thing on the way back. 43, 13. Although you can try to do it slow and just try to, like, catch it by reaction on the third one. Oh, I did it. Okay, good. What do we got? We've got new insulated boots. Okay, I guess... Oh, 2 pairs. All right. 2 pairs. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's look over everything we got. We need to keep our weight down. We're only up to 36 pounds right now because we don't have much, but we will have to be very picky about what we wear and don't wear, what we carry and don't carry as we get along. These are pretty good. They will give us a 12% stamina, or, stamina penalty, not a sprint penalty. It won't slow us down, I don't think. I think it just affects how long we can sprint, not how fast, but definitely how long we can sprint. These are not the best items in the game, but they're a good start for the 5-degree temperature bonus. Didn't really get much else. Since we are limited to only 7 days, we're not going to be repairing hardly anything unless we have like a little bit of extra downtime at the end of a day, which is unlikely. I don't want things like this. Water purification tablets are worthless to me. We will take this stuff for now. We might pare that down later. The food right now, I don't have that much food, so we're going to keep all of that. We will not be carrying around a rifle. I'm actually going to drop that. Lantern. Eventually, I want to make... Did I pick up reclaimed wood? Yeah, eventually I want to make some torches. We can actually make those right now with 15 minutes of our time. Although I probably should have waited until I have to stop inside somewhere to get some warmth. Okay, let's be on our way. We've got 10 hours of daylight left. Gonna try to make it to the camp office at the lake. That is at the center of Mystery Lake. It is currently kind of chilly. My clothing is not that good. We'll just have to deal with it. Try not to get attacked by anything. So I should mention that this challenge, this is actually my second time recording it. I tried recording it a few days ago. And spoiler alert, I failed. I did not successfully complete it. I was doing okay. I was doing all right. But I had just like a random occurrence, a random chance interaction. Yeah, there was a bear, and I got attacked, and I got immediately attacked after that by a wolf. Like right back to back. They were right there. They both attacked me, and they killed me. Otherwise, I could have survived either attack individually without too much problem. I would have been fine. But the two right next to each other was just some really bad luck. And I actually deleted that footage immediately after dying. I was kind of bummed out. And it occurred to me after I deleted it that I should have saved the footage just so I could start the video off with me getting attacked. But I didn't. But here, have this dramatic recreation. So that's not the actual footage from the challenge, but that's basically what happened. Got mauled by a bear. Okay, what we're doing now, we're just gonna get over this hill. There are wolves usually in this area. So if I can get to a high spot soon, that's good, so we can look down and have an idea where things are. I do want to pick up just a few sticks for when we eventually start making a fire. Maybe we want to hit up that thing. That is a deer. You can hear the hooves. There might be a few items inside there. Do we see any wolves? Do not see any wolves. Let's not walk over there because I can't see around the rock. We're going to try to make a beeline for the dam. Need to make as much progress as possible. But our gear really sucks, and we're headed for Timberwolf Mountain. So we really need some good gear by the time we get there. And since I've already failed this trying it once, I've done part of this route once already. Oh, hatchet's pretty good. I've done part of this route already, so I sort of know that I made some mistakes the first time around, and we'll try to avoid those. Mostly it just boils down to move faster, don't spend so much time on food, and don't go the wrong way. I went the wrong way a few times on my previous attempt. But now that I've done it once, and I've got over 100 hours in this game. I think I'm at about 130 or 140. Played a lot of sandbox. I see wolves over there. Okay, let's go up this hill and then over. And that is actually the railroad right there. And the trapper, or not the trapper's cabin, but the camp office is on the other side. And that'll be our next building. We can warm up there as we loot it. Hopefully get some clothing and food. And then be on our way again. I would like to get through the dam and out the other side by the time night falls. Just depends on how successful we are and how bad the weather gets. And since we're basically going to be traveling the whole day, at first I was thinking of breaking up this challenge into just like each episode would be one full day, which would make sense like in the narrative structure of the thing. At the beginning of the episode, we wake up, we travel, we discover things, we avoid enemies. That's where we're going right there. And then we go to bed, and that's the end of the episode. But turns out one full day of mostly just walking, not passing the time in this game is it's like 45 minutes, which is kind of long for a YouTube video. So I just try to find a nice organic spot to end each episode after about 30 minutes. So if we have 7 days to do the challenge, that means there might be like 9 episodes or something. Or 10. Okay, please no wolves right here. And we're golden. Okay, we're golden. There's a wolf over there. There's always wolves over there by the entrance to Forlorn Muskeg. Basically, always. I'm just now getting numb. This is fantastic timing. We can warm up inside the building as we loot it. So in my previous attempt, I did do some, I discovered some optimizations for a few things.
Freezing.
For instance, the caloric density of the different food types. I ended up with so much food, I had to drop some, and so I did some basics, quick math, and I realized that my favorite item in the game, Pinnacle Peaches, are actually really bad. For caloric density, they're really bad in terms of how heavy they are and how many calories they provide. Mostly we want to keep candy bars, unless we find MREs. We're not going to be hunting anything. And the rifle is too heavy anyway. If I happen to find a bow and arrow, that'll work fine. Okay, we got a parka. Let's actually put that on right this second, so that I can warm up faster. Some antiseptic. We will find so much water, or so much soda rather, that I won't need to make much water at all. But, we are going to need a decent amount of water to make a whole bunch of coffee to help us ascend Timberwolf Mountain. So there's just some things like that I've discovered over time. There's a hook right there, which I don't care about. I will, no, we don't need that. I was going to say, there might be a case or two where I have some spare time, like I need to warm up in the building. So I'll repair something to help pass the time. But I think we can find a sewing kit. And let's go ahead and put... Oh, I already have a pair on. These are better, though. I was going to wait till we loot everything before I... Okay. I was going to wait till we loot everything before I start putting on clothing and optimizing. We're never making the tea. That's going to take too much time. We only want readily, easily consumable stuff. But since I'm so cold, my gear kind of sucks right now. Running shoes, I don't want those. We do need the warmth bonus. So we're going to keep the boots I'm wearing. Yeah, I want to warm up as fast as possible, so I'm just putting stuff on as I find it. I think I already have a bedroll, but I'm not 100%. So I'm going to pick that up right now. Pick up the books. Books are good for starting fires. I don't need the line. I will take a book and a soda. Nothing under the beds. Okay, I think I got everything. All right, let's head back down and look through our stuff. Yeah, so here's an example. We need to warm up before we head back out, which is going to take about an hour, so we might do some repairing. Let's look at our clothing. So, this item here has 20% waterproofness. You want the item with more windproof value and more waterproofness on the outside, but this one's about the same. No, this one's actually better. Okay, so let's put this one on the inside, because this one has a slightly better wind chill factor. Where did it go? It's this one. Then I found these, 10% and 0.9, way better than jeans. Not going to spend the time repairing them. Okay, so we can drop the ones we're not using. T-shirt, nobody cares about. I'll probably find just random cloth laying around, so no need to break stuff down. Unless, like I said, I get stuck in indoors or whatever, and I get stuck indoors, and we just have time to kill. I will keep the painkillers because sprained ankles are a real deal. Let's see. They're both almost empty, but I'm not going to use one for a while, so let's just not bother filling it up. We're going to find more, and I would prefer to use torches because the lanterns, particularly when they're full of fuel, they're really heavy. Okay, that looks all good. We're down to 56 pounds, which is okay for now. And basically what we want to do, we're going to be finding so much food. Since the Pinnacle Peaches, like I said, they kind of suck, we're going to just eat them. In fact, this is kind of a little bit of a risk because it's down to 22% durability. If we get food poisoning, that's basically GG. That means I need to start over because I screwed it up so bad. And we can eat there's only 300 calories left in this one too. I think I'm going to risk it though. The difficulty level for the challenges is Voyager, so you have a lower chance to get parasites or cabin fever or food poison or anything like that. But we may as well eat the stuff low now while we're just starting out. Fill up all our bars. And I don't remember the value. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Half a pound for 750 calories. These are really good. So if you multiply this by 2, you're at 0.44 pounds, and you're at 600 calories. Oh yeah, looks like that's the same ratio, those two. This is a... Is that better? Yeah, beef jerky is better than granola bars. Fun fact. All right, how do we warm up? Can I make a few more torches? No. Can't. Oh, we can make some tinder plugs. In fact, let's do this from the fire menu. Harvest that into some tinder plugs. We're not going to be making a lot of fire right away, but later on we will, so doesn't hurt to have some tinder plugs on us. There's our tinder pluggies. Okay, how many is that? 6. Let's do one more and drop the last magazine. That's going to get us 4 more tinder plugs. That's more than enough. Okay, so we're going to drop that. The chance I'm going to be outside and making a fire is pretty low. I'm going to drop the magnifying glass. As long as we're under 60 pounds, I'll keep this stuff on us. We will need to make water for the coffee. I don't need all these matches, though. Even though it doesn't weigh much, we've got time to fine-tune our inventory. Yeah, we found the sewing kit. So that only weighs 0.2 pounds. I will keep that around, just in case we have spare time. What we could do now is, like, break down the little crates. That will consume our energy bar, though. Maybe we actually just play solitaire. Okay, that's gonna have to be good enough. Is the weather picking up? That would be a bad sign. Let's see what the weather's like. It's getting windy. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the railroad. It's a little bit of a risk going this way. We need to get to the dam. The easiest way to get to the dam is to go to the lake, take a left, and just follow the frozen river until you get there. You also notice I didn't bother picking up feathers that the crows dropped because we don't have time to craft anything, so there's no point to pick up feathers to make arrows. If we find a bow and arrow, that could be useful. I would use that to try to scare away a wolf or something, because it doesn't weigh much, but I'm never going to pick up a rifle because it weighs 8.8 pounds or 4 kilograms. Not worth it. Yeah, so there's 2 ways to get to the dam. You can go through the frozen river, which is easier to follow if the weather is terrible, because you just stick to the ice and keep the banks on either side of you, of course. Or you can go this way. You can follow the railroad, which it's possible to get lost because sometimes it gets buried in snow and stuff if the weather gets super bad. But the main risk of going this way, while it is more direct, there are often wolves. And I have no weapon. I have no guts. And now that I think about it, if I find another carcass, we probably should try to harvest a few guts. They don't weigh much, and it would be useful to drop decoys if a wolf tries to become interested in it, if he gets inquisitive. Another bonus to going this way is that there's a few chances to find some gear. This is one of them at this crashed train. The derailment. Okay, how much time we got? 6 hours left. Pretty good. There is crowbar. What do we got here? I don't need a rifle cleaning kit. There's usually a corpse right there sitting, and there's not this time. I will take the crowbar, because we're headed to the dam. And at the dam are a whole bunch of locked lockers that can have some good stuff. What do we got here? We've got flares are good for scaring wolves. That's useful. Don't need those. They will not come in handy. You're a liar. Okay, and do I have... Oh, I have books. I don't need sticks. We can start a fire with a book. Higher percentage chance. And if I need to start a fire to get warm, we can just use up the accelerant I found. Normally, Oh, here we go. All right, you know what? To get by this wolf, I've got 4. I don't know why I looked in my inventory. It says right on the screen that I've got 4. I'm going to go around. I only see 1. Oh, okay. Oh, he ran away. What am I wearing that scared him off? I don't understand that at all. If you're wearing the... Wow, now he's way over there. Okay, awesome. If you happen to have crafted some wolf hide coats, And the wolf can't see you, but he can smell you, right? I think is the way it's meant to work. If he doesn't have a direct sight line on you to see that you're a human, he'll smell another wolf and run away. I am not wearing a wolfskin coat, so I don't I don't know why that happened, but I will take it. I would like to get back up here onto the railroad. The weather has warmed up quite a bit, actually, so this is fantastic. We won't have to spend any more time in the dam, except to loot stuff. There is a lot of stuff to loot there, so maybe it's not going to make a difference one way or the other. Here's some more crows. And since we only have 5 hours of daylight, I'm actually going to sprint. If we had the whole day, if we started with 13 hours or 12 hours of daylight, I would not sprint to conserve stamina, but since we're walking on flat ground, we'll do it this way. Let's see if I can get some guts. That's only 20 minutes, and I think that's going to be worth it in the long run. They don't weigh much, and if a bear, or not bear, but if a wolf, uh-oh, which way are we going? This way, right? I think. If a wolf sneaks up on us, that will be very useful to keep him not interested in us. Please tell me I didn't turn around and go the wrong way. That'd be really bad. I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. I'm sprinting, I'm sprinting, I'm sprinting. Yeah, this is the right way. Here's the bridge. Okay, the dam's right on the other side. We're almost there. There are sometimes wolves here, and there's also the chance of Fluffy, the dam wolf, to be spawned inside the dam. But I have enough flares that I'm not too concerned. In fact, is that a wolf right there? You know what? We're going to be inside the dam, which is dark, and none of my lanterns have a lot of fuel. I'm going to just drop... If I find a better one, I'll just drop the one I have. Any wolves? If we get attacked, it's going to be from out of nowhere. I probably should have pre-lit this flare, just to be safer. Oh well, I did not. We can use this inside for light, and then we use it to scare off Fluffy, if Fluffy is here. Okay, here we go. Making good progress. 5 hours of daylight left. Let's see what we can see. We're going to drop a lot of stuff after I pick stuff up. We'll prioritize, but for now, let's go ahead and do this. And now we're in the darkness. Some mittens. There's a locker.
Could end up being useful.
Could end up being useful. It's true. Okay, another locker. Oh, awesome. Worn light shell. Hopefully the durability is good. That provides a lot of wind chill and a lot of waterproofness. And it's light, which will help us move fast. That would be a really nice item to have. If the durability is high, it'd be a good find. Okay, this guy. We're just going to go right down the line. Hopefully we get a lot of soda. The more soda we get, the less often we have to make water. Really, we're going to get to a certain point where we're going to have so much food, we just have to start dropping it. But the problem is, and this is like the conundrum on how you prioritize your gear, when we get to Timberwolf Mountain, we're not going to have, I don't need the bullets, we're not going to have as many supply drops and as many areas to loot. We're going to be out in the wilderness, up in the mountains. We're going to have to survive until we get to the summit, where there's going to be tons of stuff. So the question is, how much food do we pack to get up there? The more we pack, the more we're going to be weighed down, and the slower we're going to travel, and we have a time limit on our journey. But if we don't pack enough, we're going to starve and die. So it's a balancing act. Balancing act. Okay, that's a good item. Wool toque. Another book. Probably don't need this many boots at this point. The trail boots, I think, windbreaker's good. Trail boots, if they're in good condition, I think are going to be better than the boots I'm wearing because we'll have less of a stamina penalty. I'm going to pick that up for... Oops. All right, fine. Oh, this one's got a decent amount of fuel. So let's drop this one, which has almost none. I already opened these, right? And then I'll switch back to a flare before we go through this next section. A stim will be very good. Oh, a second stim. If we happen to get into some real deep doo-doo. Stim might just save our life. Flare, I don't think I'm going to take the time to... Oh, yeah, okay, we have a wolf. I don't think I'm going to take the time to do that second, safe. Although, really, it's not going to take that much time out of the day. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Okay, grab all this. Yeah, I think we have time. Alright. We gotta switch to the flare in a second. Okay, safe. I don't know how much... Okay, 22-ish. I don't know how much actual in-game time this consumes, but it's probably not too much. It is I think it's a set amount. I don't think it matters how much time you spend in this menu. 24? $24.35-ish. 24, 24, 24. I got to go around. 24. 35. Sometimes these saves have really nice items. 30, 24, 34. Okay, let's go a bit slower this time. Just listening with my ears. I'm not even, like, really looking at the screen. Kind of looking past the screen. Yeah, maybe it would have been faster to go the other way. Oh, damn it. Okay, 34, 24, 34. Who made up this combination? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my... Oh, 24, 34, 34. Damn it. Screwed it up. That's okay. It's okay. No big deal. Oh, god damn it. I am not on my safe cracking game today. 24. 34. Boom. Nailed it. Okay, here we go. There we go. Woo! Didn't screw it up that time. A flare shell. I will take that because we're going to get the flare gun. MRE. Okay, that's pretty good. What is our weight up to? 83. We're going to manage our stuff once we get through the next area. I guess we can drop some of these. We can put this guy on. It's warm in here, though, so we don't really need to care. Okay. Oh, that's what that weird sound was. The other flare was burning out. Let's go deal with Fluffy. Hopefully we don't get attacked, even though I'm wearing, or I have the flare lit. It's not always a guarantee. I'll just try to brandish it as we walk through here. There's nothing else I can really do. Hey, Fluffy. Yeah, that's right. You better whimper. You better whimper. Yeah, run away, Fluffy. Whoa! Oh, God. Okay, let's move. Fluffy ran by us.
Wanna do this?
Yeah, okay, so there's some things up there and some things up there.
Come on, you son of a bitch.
But it's not worth it. We gotta get through this door before Fluffy changes her mind. I think it's a she. Hey, run away, doggy. Go somewhere else. Okay, we did it. I don't think Fluffy can get through this door. I've never seen Fluffy in the lower area. You know what? I've got enough just random fuel on me. I don't need to check extra lanterns. Worn hoodie's actually crap. I'm just going to drop that without even looking at it. No, I don't need the broken arrow. We don't have time to be fixing up new ones. I'm certainly not going to be curing up a sapling to replace the broken shaft. Once this thing burns out, I'll switch to the lamp. And once I'm done with this locker, don't need scrap metal. 3 hours. I think we can get through the ravine and get through the cave. And then what we'll do is we'll probably sleep on the other side of the cave. That's the door we need to go through right there. But I want to loot stuff. Try and find some better clothing. The more established our clothing set gets, the less time I will worry about it, and the more we'll just worry about food. And make sure I have enough to make a fire at any given moment, that kind of thing. We want that tiredness bar to basically be totally empty by the time we go to bed, so we can sleep properly through the darkness and get started bright and early at the crack of dawn. Okay. Matches don't need. I will go ahead and take the accelerant, although maybe I have more accelerant than I need at this point. Chocolate bar, yes. Torch, I'll take an extra torch. In fact, the number of torches I have plus a lantern is probably going to last us. I think I will keep the lantern until we're through the cave we're about to go through, and then drop it and rely on torches after that. Basically for most of the rest of the run. At least until we get off the summit. If I don't die by that point. We don't get attacked by another bear. Okay, empty. That one doesn't open. Some of them do. Lantern. Sewing kit, I have one. We find a locked locker. Yeah, like this. Good. They have better stuff. Okay, don't care about that, though. That's good. What do I... Oh, fisherman's sweater. And it's new? Was that a new fisherman's sweater? That is one of the best items in the game for clothing. That is an awesome find. So there's a lot of lockers here. I think I'm also gonna... I'm gonna keep the crowbar until we investigate the radio tower building in Pleasant Valley. I think that's got some locked lockers as well. I got so much clothing now. I don't want those. Those items suck. Okay, I am moving noticeably slower now. Well, cabinet.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Might be. Food bar. Extra fuel. We're gonna drop a lot of our stuff anyway in just a moment here. See a soda there. There's one down there. Okay. Okay, last room. Moving pretty slow. And the... Looks like the flare is going to burn out, basically, like right when we get to the end here. Ragged sweatshirt. Oh my gosh, moving so slow. This is no good. We gotta move fast. Okay, what do we got over here? I can't tell. Oops. Okay, just put it away. Where's my lantern? Lantern! Okay, this will do just fine. So let's see. I guess I wanted to keep these episodes at about 30 minutes each. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish looting this room. That'll be the last of the stuff from the dam. We'll optimize our gear. And then that'll be the end of the episode. We'll resume the next episode, like, right at this spot, basically. Okay, that's all the stuff. I don't need a lantern for the rest. Put it away. All right, so we're up to 108 pounds. That will not do, obviously. So we've got a worn wool toque. That's a negative. We're just looking for upgrades. Drop. We've got a worn old-fashioned parka, a worn light shell, a worn military coat, a worn Mackinac jacket. I don't know that I want that on the outer. Oh, the worn windbreaker. That's a pretty good item. 50% waterproof, 2.5 wind chill. And then a ragged ski jacket. Wow, so many items. This is ridiculous. Okay, let's put that on and then compare it with the others. Definitely don't want that. Worn light shell, less. We want this temperature bonus to go up. In fact, I might put the worn light shell here. Possibly. Wind chill is not everything. Worn military coat, 2.3. The worn Mackinac jacket, I think, might be the ticket. Let's compare the worn Mackinac jacket. Oops. No. Back. Oh, dang it. Come on. Put that on, and then compare that with this. Okay, the ragged ski jacket. No. Let's compare this guy with the worn light shell. 2.2 pounds versus... Okay, so twice as heavy. Gives us a little bit on both of these. We lose a little bit of waterproofness. Okay, I think that's worth it. And we're pink. Fantastic. What can we upgrade here? 3. Yeah, we're definitely wearing that. Godsend. 98%. That's amazing. Let's see. This one's better. That one's not. Drop it like it's hot. Drop. 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 Okay. 98. Okay, we gain our stamina bar back for sprinting. But we lose quite a bit in our protection here and the waterproofness. So I think I'll actually keep the insulated boots. Oh, I have an extra item here, huh? Drop that as well. And drop that as well. Wow, so many items. It's ridiculous. And the Warned Windbreaker. Normally a good item, but we do need a lot of temperature protection heading into Timber Wolf Mountain Arena. How many items did I find? Jeez. Okay. No, still more? Am I hitting drop or not? Drop it like it's hot already. There we go. Up to 22 degrees. That's actually really good. We're down to 82 pounds. I probably don't need a lot of this wood. Don't need extra antiseptic. I don't need all these bandages, so let's drop 4 of them. And painkillers are going to be useful for sprained ankles. I have a lot of food. We will keep that for now. You can drop that. Let's fill up the lantern. And then drop the rest of the fuel. There we go, because I already have 3 torches. That should be enough for now. We will find more fuel in the future once I've used up that. Down to 74 pounds. The flares will be useful. I'll keep those for now, and they don't weigh much. And we're going to drop this after the cave. The guts are good. I'll keep a few pieces of cloth just in case. And then what we want to do next is just eat food until we're capped out. I want to keep this water for making coffee. And now that I think about it, we're going to get toilet water in Pleasant Valley. So that will actually be pretty good. I'm going to eat I guess the low percentage ones. This run's only 7 days, so it's not like any of this stuff's going to spoil in 7 whopping days. There we go, down to 72 pounds. Good enough. Pretty good. I'm going to drop even more, but that's good. That's going to be it for the episode now. Episode 1 is over. We've only got 1 hour of daylight left, huh? But I will see you next episode. We're going to pick up right here. See you next time. Bye-bye.